Tonight's story, The Luck of the Stiffhams, follows the fortunes of Adolphus Stiffy Stiffham in his wooing of Geraldine, only daughter of his employer, the Earl of Wivelscombe. A course of true love that ran as smooth as a trip over Niagara Falls in a barrel, despite an apparently promising start in the U-Walk at Wivelscombe Towers.
Oh, Geraldine.
Oh, Adolphus. Oh, Stiffy, darling. I'm so happy I could bite a grape.
And won't you say those words that'll make my soul soar like a scalded skylark?
I think I can give you a bit of a boost at that. Listen, my poppet. The betting at my club, the Junior Lipstick, is 100 to 8 against our nuptials.
And you're going to confound the form book, are you, my angel?
No, I'm going to advise you to get in on the short end and make yourself some spending money.
Oh. I thought you loved me.
Oh, I do love you. I adore you. But we must face facts. And one fact is that though I think you're the most wonderful woolly bar lamb that ever stepped, my views are not necessarily those of the management.
Oh, your father, you mean? You really think he'll refuse me your hand?
He's more likely to give you his own, the back of it at least.
Look, what's he got against me, if any?
Well, precious, we might glean a clue from his usual description of you as a penniless, pin-headed, pie-faced poop.
Yes, and who's to blame if that's partly true?
Which part?
Well, the penniless part. I mean, I only have the miserable 200 he gives me as his secretary. Look, I'm going to ask him for a rise. Then it'll be his fault if I can't afford to marry you.
I doubt if he'll follow your logic on that one, my sweet. In fact, if he thinks you want the money to marry me, I guarantee he'll turn you down like a bedspread.
Then our love must remain secret until I get the needful. Anyway, you will wait for me, won't you, my angel?
Oh, of course I will, my Wonder Man. Only, I don't think we're going to be able to keep our secret from Father.
Why not? I mean, why should the old buzzard suspect?
Mainly because he's just emerged from that hedge behind you and probably heard everything we said.
Indeed he did, my dear. Stiffham, my dear fellow, I believe you were saying something about wanting a rise.
Yes, sir.
Splendid, splendid. Just what I had in mind. No, don't bother to get up. Just stay there, please. Now hold quite still. 1, 2, 3, 4... I say, did you see that? What a splendid delivery, eh?
Oh, Father, how could you?
Heaven only knows, my dear. Complete fluke. Never done it before. Amazing. By Jove, we must measure that, eh? Now, you take this end, my dear.
I most certainly will not.
There you are, Stiffham. There's the modern English girl for you. No sporting spirit. Hold that, my dear fellow, will you?
My pleasure, sir.
And don't move. Yes, straight as a die. None of that troublesome slicing swerve I've had with other members of the staff. Plenty of good follow-through. That's what you need if you want good distance out of your secretaries. 11 feet 2 inches, by Jove. Might have been 12, you know, if that flower bed hadn't got in the way. Even so, I shouldn't wonder if it's not a record.
Well, congratulations, sir.
Oh.
Seeing I've caught you on a good day, I wonder if I might mention the subject of...
Money? Of course, dear boy. You wanted to talk about money. There you are, Stiffham. Made it out while I was behind the hedge listening there. 1 month's salary in lieu of notice. I think you'll find that perfectly in order. And now, if you'll forgive me, I must go and write to the Times. 11 feet 2 inches, by Jove.
Excuse me, sir. Is it all right to move now, sir?
Oh, yes, indeed, dear boy. And the sooner the better. Because, you see, in a couple of minutes, I propose to let the dogs loose.
Oh, Father, you can't.
2 minutes, Stiffham. That may give you enough time to scale the main gate. But if by mischance you should drop into the slavering jaws below, it will be my pleasure to come and dance on your mangled remains. Oh, I'm so sorry. When I said I'd like to dance on your mangled remains...
That's quite all right, sir. I fully understand the heat of the moment.
Yes. I should have added, in hobnailed boots.
I suppose a reference is out of the question.
Well, my demon lover, what say your chances now?
About on a par with those of a one-armed man in a dark cellar trying to push half a pound of butter into a tiger's ear with a red-hot needle. Never fear, jewel of my delight. I may have blown a fuse here, but I still have faith in the luck of the Stiffhams. I shall pack my favourite cat, Red Spotted Handkerchief, and go and seek my fortune in far-off places.
Oh, I should, dearest, and the farther off, the better.
Well, America, I believe, is the land of opportunity. They have those gold rushes and things.
Well, you must go where you wish, king of my heart. I'd only urge you to do it now. I don't want to lose you, but I think I hear the baying of distant hounds. Pick up those feet, beloved, and don't put them down again until you hit the eastern seaboard.
So be it, my angel. Adieu for the nonce.
You will come back, won't you?
You may paste that in your hat and consult it daily. I shall return, my angel, probably laden to the gunwales with ivory, apes, and precious jewels. In the meantime, keep a light in your window and your faith in the luck of the Stiffhams.
Thank you, Mrs. Stiffham. The Hotel Gotham welcomes you, sir.
Well, thank you.
Always a pleasure to greet one of our British cousins. May I ask, sir, is this a business trip?
Oh, rather.
Perhaps we may be of some small service.
But perhaps you might. Yes, I wonder if you could direct me to the nearest gold rush.
I fear it's been a while since we featured that among our current attractions. Perhaps you're not aware of our recent little upset on Wall Street?
No. No, what happened?
It crashed, Mr. Stiffham. Just fell to pieces. Billions of dollars lost. Stocks plunging to an all-time low. Banks closing like clams overnight. Ex-millionaires selling Apple.
Business not too good, eh?
Well, it wasn't too bad for us at first. Being one of the taller hotels, we did a pretty brisk trade in short lets and quick turnovers on the upper floor. Bankers mostly, taking a dive on their own banks. We wound up letting out jumping space on the upper ledges. They're lining up 3 deep, jostling for a good takeoff. But those were early days.
Since then, trade's fallen off, has it?
If there's anything you need, Mr. Stiffham, the bellhop will take care of you.
Thanks very much. Oh, just 1 second, bell boy.
Oh, please. Pardon me, sir, but I cannot help but overhearing you and our genial host shooting the breeze downstairs on account of I am listening. Will I be right in assuming, sir, that you are by no means prosperous and, in fact, could find a good home for a stash in a folding green or moolah?
If I understand you aright, bellboy, and believe me, I'm trying, you couldn't be correcter. Folding green is absolutely of the essence.
Well, sir, I cannot promise you a bundle such as will choke a horse, but you can acquire a little scratch by subletting your room this afternoon.
Subletting a room? Look, I've only just taken it.
Well, sir, I'm acquainted with certain prominent citizens who will gladly pay over the odds for a secluded spot wherein they can pursue their hobby of shooting craps, undisturbed by nosy cops, neighbors, and other such unsporting characters.
Shooting craps? Are they like clay pigeons? It'd be a bit noisy in here. We need some special equipment.
That we already have, sir. Namely, a wall to heave the dice against and a floor for the dice to fall on.
Oh, dice! Oh, yes, well, that all seems reasonably straightforward.
Come on,
So, look, I'm still not quite sure I follow.
This is very surprising to me, for as you say before, it is all very simple. I do not understand how the British build an empire without being able to follow a simple game of craps. However, leave us try again. Take again. Julius Jackson is not a shooter. And as you see, he rose 6 and 4. So Big Dick from Boston is disappointed. So Big Roy offers plenty of 3 to 2 on this, and the Cheesecake Kid takes it, just showing as a chump. For what does Juggius deliver but just a 7? And just a 7 on a second shake is worth the snake's eyes on a come out. Capiche?
Oh, 7 shaky snakes, yes.
So the bones pass the moist to the Greek, who comes up with 8 from Decatur as his point, eh?
And I got 10, says he don't make it the hard way. Want some action, Sonny?
Oh, well, why not? Yes.
What, the whole caboose?
Caboose. Oh, yes, indeed.
Okay.
Leave us ask ourselves, is this a wise and prudent move?
Well, $10 isn't much.
True, sir. But the 10 grand you have just bet is quite a sizable sum.
10,000. 10,000. I haven't got 10,000.
This is very depressing news, sir. For the guy with whom you have just booked this bet is mortuary macabre. He is quite a scamp, and one that will out with the old equalizer and shoot large holes in a person if he does not like that person's necktie. He is going to be more than somewhat severe with the welcher.
Okay, roll 'em.
You're old.
Oh, fine. Fine. Seven. Is that all right? I say, look at that.
Again.
Again. Fine. Seven again. 120,000. That's almost 30,000 pounds in proper money. Listen, what price the luck of the Stiffhams now?
Odds on for my dough, sir. I never see such a winning streak.
Listen, they left in a bit of a hurry when you said the Bulls were coming. Who are these Bulls, anyway? And a pretty unpopular family, are they?
True enough, sir. Bulls is our name for the local gendarmes, and, well, it is 6 to 4. They do not have any families, especially fathers. They are not truly coming. I merely say this because I do not wish you to end up at the bottom of the East River in a concrete overcoat.
Concrete overcoat? Good Lord, no. I wouldn't be seen dead in one. Keep that for yourself, Bellpush.
Thank you, sir. And in return, let me advise you to stash that loot before the word on it hits the fan.
Don't worry, this is going straight into the nearest bank, all apart from this, with which I am going on a large family-sized toot to celebrate.
To my mind, sir, you deserve. And to which end, I will be happy to supply a list of highly reputable speaks, boxes, and other dives where you need only mention my name.
Well, thanks very much, Bellpool, but listen, just a second. Look, what is your name?
Bunyan, sir. Raymond Bunyan.
Closed like a clam, just as he said. Well, it's no good. They're all off somewhere, diving out of windows. Well, that's torn it. 30,000 smackers down the drain. And bim go my chances with Geraldine again. Old Wivelscombe will never let me... Old Wivelscombe? There's something I can afford to do now. Yes. Right. Let's see. Wivelscombe, you low blister. Just before I take the traditional dive out of my hotel window to end my sorrows, I should first like to take this opportunity to let you know exactly what I think of you. And I must preface this character study with an apology. For some time, I confess, I thought of you as a super-fatted old warthog. I now realize this is a gross slur on an innocent and quite possibly protected species. Raymond, a favour. For you, sir, the world. When's the next post to England?
If you wish to catch the last mail with that letter, it'll be necessary for me to leave right away, if not sooner.
The sooner. The sooner this bimbo learns the truth about himself, the better. An ambition achieved. Raymond, fly, Raymond, fly.
Good day, Mr. Stiffham. Everything in order, sir?
Ah, well, not quite, my dear old manager. Look, you know that room of mine with a bath?
I know it well, sir.
How much do you get paid for it?
$6 a day, sir.
Not by me, you don't. Because I haven't got a penny in the world.
Huh?
Not a penny, no. My bank has gone bust, just as you said. I've just been round the corner, and the institution is closed like a clam.
Didn't you expect it to be on a Sunday?
Today's a Sunday?
It is, sir.
What do you do with Saturdays round here?
Oh, we had them. We had one yesterday. Quite a nice Saturday.
Oh, I see what's happened. No, what with this and that, I must have slept clean through Saturday. Oh, well, that's fine.
Everything is Jake, sir.
Everything is Jake, Raymond. The money's safe and I shall marry Geraldine.
And I just managed to catch the last mail with that letter.
Everything is not Jake, sir.
Everything is far from Jake, Raymond. Everything is bluey. The luck of the Stiffhams has just vanished through a crack in the floorboards. Listen, once old Wivelscombe reads that letter, he'll never give his consent. I mean, fortune or no fortune. When's the earliest that letter could arrive in England?
Let me see. Should be there in time for the first delivery Thursday morning. It'll go by the SS Senator Butts tonight.
Then so shall I. Raymond, pay the bill. I must get to that 8 o'clock delivery first.
Morning, sir.
Good morning. A bit early this morning. Where are you? Geraldine, my love. Geraldine. Geraldine, my sweet. Geraldine. Geraldine, my love.
Why, Father, what's the matter? You look as if you've seen a ghost.
Very possibly. Geraldine, my dear, didn't you tell me that young fathead Stiffham is still in America?
What do you mean, young fathead Stiffham? You're talking of the fathead I love.
Be that as it may, is he or is he not in America?
Well, he should be, yes. Why?
Because not 2 minutes ago, I thought I saw him in the garden.
You thought you saw him?
Yes, I couldn't believe my own eyes. I've studied human nature pretty closely, as you know, and I know that a fellow who's been kicked 11 feet 2 inches, and now established as a record for the Midland counties, by the way, and had the dogs set on him, is not likely to return to the sea, especially all the way from America.
So you think it must have been his ghost that you saw?
I shouldn't be in the least surprised. All the family have been psychic, you know. My mother was a Ballindalloch of Portnocky and used to see her friends in winding sheets. It got her quite disliked in the county.
Was Adolphus in a winding sheet?
Good gracious, no. Probably didn't have time to buy one. You know the pace of things in America.
And whose fault is it he went there? It was a direct result of your hard-heartedness and inhumanity. And now I suppose he's been shot by gangsters like everybody else in America. Tell me, was there a bullet hole in his forehead?
Couldn't say, my dear. He vanished into the bushes. Maybe I just imagined it, but it was a very, very nasty experience. I think I shall go down to breakfast. I need the coffee. Come and join me.
I shall do nothing of the sort. Breakfast, indeed, it would choke me.
No, I shall stay here and try and get Adolphus on the Ouija board.
Good morning, my lord.
Shall I assist your lordship to a little fried eggs and bacon?
Don't try to be funny, Gascoigne. What you can bring me is a very hot, very strong cup of coffee, liberally laced with old brandy, and a very dry slice of toast.
Did your lordship imbibe champagne last night?
Certainly not. Well, merest spot.
A bottle, my lord?
Well, it may have been
2 bottles?
possibly 2 bottles, yes.
Then I shall inform Dr. Spelvin, my lord.
Gascoigne, don't be a cad.
He has expressly prohibited you to have champagne. Champagne.
Gascoigne, I do wish you wouldn't stand there just babbling on and on about champagne.
Oh, very good, my lord. The dry toast is at your lordship's elbow.
That's better. And now, it's no use you're looking like that, Gascoigne. What's an occasional binge?
At your age, my lord, any binge is injudicious.
It's a poor heart that never rejoices.
If your lordship says so.
I just did. Where you make your bloomer, Gascoigne, is in assuming that I have a hangover this morning, whereas nothing could be further from the truth.
Very good, my lord.
All right. Now, if I may get on with my bail. Wivelscombe, you low blister. Huh? Just before I take the traditional dive out of my hotel window to it... Who is this? Adolphus Stiffham? Good grief! He is dead, then.
My lord.
Stiffham, the unhappy young half-wit, took a fatal dive out of his hotel window in America to end his sorrows.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, my lord.
And so am I. It means I've had a very, very strange experience this morning. It's made me feel all of a doodah.
Your lordship can hardly blame Mr. Stiffham's sad demise for your lordship's present condition.
Of course, you're still harping on about that wretched champagne, aren't you? I tell you, I'm all right, man. I'm in perfectly good shape. Look at that hand, steady as the proverbial rock. Oh.
Very wobbly, my lord.
Stuff and nonsense. I dropped that letter merely to prove how easily I could pick it up. I shall now pick up the letter. Gascoigne!
My lord.
There is a ghost under the table.
Very good, my lord.
What do you mean, very good? It's no use standing there saying, very good, my lord. Do something about it, man.
What is it your lordship requires me to do? Procure a bell, book, and candle?
No. Simply shoo it out.
Oh, really?
Gascoigne, do you hear me telling you the room is overrun with ghosts?
Yes, my lord.
Don't you believe me?
No, my lord.
Then see for yourself. I tell you it's there, man, and the wretched thing's been following me about all morning. Gascoigne, bend your back and take a deco.
Well, if your lordship insists, but I do not anticipate finding the spectre to which you allude.
Well, Gascoigne?
Well, the light under the table is a little insufficient, my lord. I'll take another look. No, my lord, there's nothing there.
No spectres, Gascoigne?
No spectres, my lord.
Well, then I really must be... No, wait a moment. Let me have another look at that letter. There may be a clue.
What letter, my
The
lord?
one I was reading just now. Gone.
Another product of your lordship's fevered imagination, I fear, my lord. Prompted, possibly, by your lordship's conscience.
You may well be right. Gascoigne, I think I'd better go for a very brisk walk.
Very good, my lord.
You sure you saw nothing?
Quite sure, my lord. My lord.
Morning, Gascoigne.
Good morning, sir.
I expect I gave you a bit of a start.
I must confess to a momentary sensation of surprise, sir. I had supposed you were in the United States of America.
Well, it's a long story, Gascoigne.
Seems to have had a happy ending, sir.
Yes, well, more of that anon. However, the nub of the matter is that I must see Lady Geraldine at once. Is she in a room, Gascoigne?
I imagine so, sir. Would you care for me to announce you, sir?
No, thanks, Gascoigne. I know the way.
Adolphus, Adolphus, can you hear me? Give 1 knock for yes and 2 for no. Adolphus, is that you? Stiffy, darling, my dream of joy. Oh, you're not dead, it is you.
It would be idle to deny it. Yes, my angel, it is I, in person, not a ghost, returned brimming with doubloons to claim your hand.
Then you've made your fortune. Oh, you are the most specific dream rabbit. Only... Father thinks you're a ghost.
Yes, I know.
And he might take it rather badly when he finds out you're not, in spite of all the money. It is money, isn't it?
30,000 of the brightest and best in a New York bank.
Geraldine! Geraldine, you see before you a haunted man.
Do I, Father?
Indeed you do. When I went down to break my fast just now, what should be beneath the table but the unhappy wraith of that stupid young fathead, that excellent young fellow, Adolphus.
What did you do, Father?
I asked Gascoigne to check up, but the apparition was invisible to him.
Was it? What?
I gather it's invisible to you, too. For I assure you on the word of a Worcestershire Wivelscombe that the spectre is plainly visible to me now in that cupboard there.
Nonsense. In that cupboard there?
That very cupboard.
I'll go and look.
Take care it doesn't bite you.
No, there's nothing here, Father.
Then what is that?
Your finger, Father.
That.
There's nothing in the cupboard, Father.
No, there isn't. He's come out now.
I still can't see it.
No, of course you can't, because he's evidently meant for me. Oh, dear, what a nasty business this is going to be. Trying to run a vast estate with the spirit of Stiffham past popping in and out of cupboards all the time. Concentration will become impossible.
Father, I don't think it's going to be as bad as that. In fact, I think I see what's happened. Adolphus, Adolphus, can you explain why you're here? Give 1 knock for yes and 2 for no. Adolphus, have you been sent as a warning?
A warning?
Yes, I've often read of such cases. It sometimes happens that the apparition of a person appears not after, but before the person has crossed the Great Divide. It's a sort of cautionary projection of a distant personality.
You mean, then, that you honestly think that this stupid young that delightful young lad, Adolphus Stiffham, on whom I have always looked as more of a son than anything, is still alive?
For the moment, yes.
Do you think I could ask one little question? Well, I was only going to ask, how could we keep him that way?
Well, I think the best plan is for me to cable him today, telling him to return at once. As you are now prepared to give your consent to our marriage.
You consider that the best plan?
I do. So does he.
What's the next best?
There isn't another.
All right, my dear, you have my blessing. Splendid, first class. Carry on along those lines, and I shall look forward to a happy outcome. Oh, Oh, do forgive me, my dear chap. Many congratulations.
Adolphus!
Geraldine!
My phantom lover.
My favourite haunt. Ghosts, indeed. Did you ever hear such nonsense?